Sigurado ako marami na namang magagalit dito. Ang daming luluwa ang mata sa ginawa ng Amerika sa Pilipinas. Ang dami na namang sisigaw dyan na tayo ay tuta ng Amerika. Diba, mga kababayan, kaysa naman maging tuta tayo ng China habang buhay. Panoorin natin to mga kababayan kung anong nga ba ito. Good news na ito para sa atin at sa Pilipinas. Babatiin ko muna kayo ng isang magandang umaga at magandang tanghali at magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Huwag niyo naman po kakalimutan mag-like at mag-comment. Siyempre mag-subscribe na rin po dito sa aking YouTube channel. Malaking tulong na po yan sa akin mga kababayan. Ang inyong suporta. Ayan. Ano nga ba itong fighter jet na ito na pinag-uusapan na ito ay galit na galit yung iba dahil uutang na naman daw ang gobyerno ng bilyong dolyares na naman mga kababayan. Pinag-uusapan pala pero yung iba lumuluha na ng dugo mga kababayan. Panoorin natin ito.
The announcement yesterday by the U.S. Defense Cooperation Agency of the proposed sale of the F-16 fighter jets in the Philippines, we understand, is part of the commitment of the Trump administration, what has been reaffirmed by the visit of U.S. Defense Secretary Hegseth as an ironclad commitment to the defense of the Philippines, an ironclad commitment to the defense treaty between the Philippines and the United States. If you will remember, Secretary Hegseth said in a joint statement with Secretary Teodoro that the United States will deploy additional advanced military capabilities to the Philippines for joint training, enhanced interoperability, and defense industrial cooperation. So we see this announcement by the U.S. Defense Cooperation Agency as the initial implementation of that joint statement between the two defense secretaries. We should note that the F-16 is the most advanced fourth-generation fighter in the world. And if this sale pushes through, it will be a significant upgrade to our current arsenal. We have at present 12 F-A-15 fighter jets from South Korea. However, I was told that the Department of National Defense has not yet received an official communication from the U.S. government. So as to the details of this sale, as to how soon this will happen, when will the procurement process, we will have to defer to the Department of National Defense for details. However, I'd also wish to address the statement coming from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of China, wherein they said that any defense cooperation with other nations by the Philippines should not target or harm the interest of a third party, nor should it threaten regional peace and security. And we would like to assure the People's Republic of China that the planned procurement of F-16 fighter jets to the Philippine arsenal does not in any way harm the interest of any third party. It is not intended for any nation. It is merely part of the AFP modernization program. Now, I'd also like to give an update, and I'd like to give you the latest data on this regarding the research and survey vessel Songhang. It is currently outside the archipelagic waters of the Philippines, if I understand it correctly. At 7:30 this morning, it was approximately 48.65 nautical miles northeast of Tambisan Island in Sabah, Malaysia. And the Coast Guard is continuing maritime patrol of this vessel to ensure that it keeps to its track and it does not conduct maritime survey inside our waters. Because although ships have right of innocent passage, no foreign vessel can conduct maritime survey in our waters. So the Philippine Coast Guard is being vigilant. They are continuously doing maritime patrol to ensure that this does not happen. In fact, the PRP Malapascua, MRRB 4403, is currently shadowing the research vessel that I mentioned. Maraming salamat po.
We have questions. ADG Malaya from Tristan Nodalo, Newswatch.
Hi sir, morning.
Good morning.
Ayan. Sir, yung sa reaction din po ng Chinese Foreign Ministry, this time naman on the statement of AFP Chief Romeo Bronner regarding Taiwan invasion, China said that we urge certain Philippine individuals not to play with fire on the Taiwan question. Those who play with fire will get burned. So China opposes any baseless, distorted, and inflammatory remarks regarding Taiwan. So how do we view this statement, and why maybe the timing of the Taiwan invasion statement? How do we reconcile this with the remarks made by the Chinese Foreign Ministry?
Yes. I understand that the Executive Secretary will be conducting a separate press briefing today on this issue. No, but so I'd like to defer to him on how to respond clearly. But just to give an additional input, that the Philippine government will always be ready to protect and assist our OFWs wherever we may be. And the context of the Chief of Staff's statement was merely to relay to the public that the Northern Luzon Command, as an integral part of the armed forces, is ready to assist our OFWs. We have had similar evacuations in the Middle East before, and everybody knows that. Whenever there is a emergency of some kind, we immediately send our planes, we immediately send ships to the area to evacuate our citizens. So it is in that context that the Chief of Staff made that statement. But for other things, as to the reaction to the Chinese Foreign Ministry statement, I'd like to defer to Executive Secretary for his statement later on.
We have more questions. Ira Panganiban, DZRJ.
Sec, I would just like to ask, I'll go back to the defense posture. Magkano aabutin yung ano? How much are we looking at if we are going to start purchasing all this defense equipment? How much will it cost the government?
Ganito kasi no, we are still in the negotiation phase because as I mentioned, this was a announcement coming from the U.S. Defense Cooperation Agency, and as of now, there has been no official communication yet by the U.S. government to the Department of National Defense, who will undertake the procurement. So I think it's premature at present to discuss the details of how much, when, and I'd like to defer to the Department of National Defense for further details. I think they will make an announcement at the proper time.
Is it clear?
Thank you po. Thank you, Assistant Director General Jonathan Malaya.
Kukunin ng gobyerno ang pondo pambili po ng mga nasabing aircraft?
Naku po. Sa ngayon po, ako po personal ay hindi ko po batid ang kasagutan patungkol dyan. Sana po natanong kanina kay Sir Jonathan Malaya. Anyway, sabi pa po natin, wala pa pong detalye, katulad po sinabi ni Sir Jonathan Malaya. At alamin po natin kasi nasa negotiation pa lang po. At pagka po nagkaroon na po ng mga detalye patungkol po sa budget, muli ibibigay po agad namin sa inyo.